Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today I've borrowed this 2017 model of the Infiniti QX80 from my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport, and we're going to take a quick look at it, as a lot of you have been requesting more videos on used cars. So we're going to take a quick look at this one, and as you can see, it's a nice looking vehicle. It has an exterior color of graphite metallic, and the interior is called graphite. I guess that's non-metallic, apparently. So let me give you a quick look at the interior here, and we'll look at some of the features here as we make our way through today's quick video. But I do want to tell you something I found very interesting. As you can see, you've got the screens on the rear of the headrests on the front seats, and that is the theater package. And one of the most interesting things about the theater package that I found in the description of this vehicle is that it comes with heated seats. So apparently people who like to take advantage of the theater package on the QX80 like to have warm butts while they're watching movies. At least that's what it seems to be. So as we take a quick look around here, we're going to work our way around the vehicle. As you can see, it does have a lot of chrome trim. You have roof rails up there, and it's not just roof rails on the side. You actually have the ability with this model, as you can probably see from this angle, to not have any trouble actually mounting something up there. You do have the chrome mirror caps. You can see that also you have the built-in turn signal indicator. Of course, there are a lot of safety features on this particular model. I will list those on the screen. As always, there is a link in the description of the video to the dealership's website for this vehicle. So if there's something I left out or you're curious about, you can always click on that link and see what it is. And right here, what is that? You have the front headlight washers. You have one on each side. Of course, you have the fog lights on the lower portion there. Quite a bit of chrome here. Of course, the Infiniti badge. And here is the 5.6 liter V8. And it's not shy on horsepower as far as the power that's going to the ground for this all-wheel drive model at 400 horsepower. And quite a healthy amount of torque as well. When I stepped on it coming over here to my filming location, I definitely found out that the power was not lacking. And we'll do a test drive in just a little while with this model. Take a look around here. You know, it's a large SUV, definitely has the aerodynamics of a brick, but not that you're going to need to do some wind tunnel testing to see how fast you can go with this model, because, well, it's not really meant for that kind of thing. And you don't have to worry about any kind of buttons or special releases in the interior to open your gas door. Nothing real fancy there, but actually that's kind of nice if you're going to have something lacking in that respect. And we'll take a look at the back end here. Fairly large back window, very easy to see out of. I do like that. And we'll hit the button here for the automatic tailgate. Let that open up, and I'll show you something inside here, a couple of things inside here. Of course, these are the floor mats just sitting back here in the rear area, but you do have a lot of cargo space and some additional space here. Now you may say, what about a spare tire? There is a spare tire underneath the vehicle. I'm not going to give you that view just because it's kind of hard to get that. Of course, you do have a 12-volt power outlet right here if you wish to use that. And these rear seats lower automatically. Now, they're a little slow to lower, but if you want to lower them, of course, you can also recline them back, as you can see. But I'll just give you a quick little demonstration there. You can lower those to maximize cargo space, but yeah, one thing that I will show you real quick, they also recline quite nicely. That's quite an angle for reclining for your rear seat passengers, I believe. A little bit more than some that I've seen in the past, but I'll put the numbers on the screen as far as cargo space and towing. And of course, you're going to maximize that by folding down not only these seats, but the middle row seats. And of course, you have a button here on the door, the rear lift gate, to close that down. And we'll hop into the interior back here real quick. One thing I do like here, a lot of the time when you go to lower or move these rear or middle seats out of the way to get to the very rear seats, it's a little bit cumbersome to do. And do this one-handed. It pretty much does it for you on its own. Once you get it moving, it pretty much does it for you. I like that a lot. Now, I'm gonna hop into the rear area here. In fact, I'll bring that seat back down so that you can see how that works when we go to get back out. Now, I do have, well, not much room. I have some good leg space here, but I tell you what, my feet don't have much room. Just an observation, and those seats can move forward, so you can help with that. You've got a couple of cup holders on each side, and of course, as we look, basically the same thing on each side. Like I said, you can recline these seats, and there's a nice button to do that. Makes that nice and easy. And of course, just as easily as you can get in from the outside, the rear seat passengers, if the middle row seat passengers happen to hop out without remembering someone's in the back seat, well, there you go. And all I did was just pull on that and barely even push the seat, and it moves right up. So very, very simple. Of course, there you can see the screens for on the headrests for the theater package. And of course, a very nice size console here. Now that console stays in place. You can't move that out of the way. So the only way the rear seat passengers are going to get out of this model is exactly as I'm about to. And we'll hop out real quick. Not terribly difficult to get out, although it is a little hard to find the step, I must say. I don't want to fall over on video here. And we'll take a look from this angle at what we have back here in the rear. Of course, you do have air conditioning vents. They are located, as you can see, up there where your grab handles are. But you do have your controls right there. Heated seats, of course, part of the theater package, so you can enjoy watching movies with a warm butt. Like I said earlier, there are your beverage holders, and the console here, pretty much the same size console as what you have with the front console. Kind of nice to see something that large back here. So a lot of room, a lot of storage. And one thing I must say I like here is the fact that you do have the grab handles up here, but you also have a grab handle at each door. You can see the two on the passenger side, and something that you don't always see in a lot of vehicles, a grab handle on the driver's side for the driver themselves. A lot of vehicles don't have that option. So we'll hop out here. Of course, as you probably already saw, there is the side step that makes getting in and out pretty easy. I would like to see that maybe be a little bit wider, at least based on my experience here. Of course, you have the large folding side view mirrors. Everything is power there. Give you a look at what you have as far as your controls here for the door locks and mirror adjustments and all that good stuff. You also have seat memory right here, as you can see. And we'll hop into the driver's seat here and just show you a couple of things that you have here on that side of the dashboard. Power steering wheel, tilt and telescopic. Of course, you do have a sunroof. This is just a conventional size sunroof, and I apologize if I blinded anybody right there, but that is just a conventional size sunroof, but it is there. Of course, push button ignition, so we'll hit that. The vehicle start up and fire up that 400 horsepower 5.6 liter V8. And basically this is what you have with your, I'm going to turn that air down just a little bit. This is what you have with your instrument cluster. So if you're curious to see what that looks like, and then the steering wheel mounted controls, you do have distance pacing cruise control, one of the options here. Now, one thing I've definitely noticed here is that the center screen at the angle where it sits tends to be a little hard to see sometimes. Not the easiest to use. We'll take a look at that a little bit more in just a second. Now, I wanted to change the angle here so we didn't have quite so much glare. I've noticed with the angle of this screen, sometimes you do have quite a glare on that screen. Tell me if you own one of these QX80s, if you've had that same experience, and what your thoughts are on that. Now, we'll look at the screen a little bit closer in just a minute. Of course, here's all your controls for the radio, and then for the air conditioning. Of course, you do have a heated steering wheel if you wish to take advantage of that. And everything here, I have a bottle of water right there, but you can conceal everything away depending on what you do or don't want to use. And of course, quite a few features here. I've listed all the safety features and everything on the screen and what you have as far as what you can do. You do have, of course, all-wheel drive. You have tow mode right there, snow mode, as you can see. Basically everything you can see right there that you can use as far as how you can use the vehicle in different terrain situations. And I'm going to pull the steering wheel back here, or the shifter back here, move that over if you want to, and that allows you to actually use the shifter. You can bump it up or down. It's not going to let me do it right now because I'm not moving, but that's how you can manually shift the transmission if you so desire. Put that back over there, and we'll just take a quick look inside of the rather large console here. There is a lot of space in there. I don't know how well you can tell how deep that is. I can reach way down in there. Quite a bit of space. And going back to the infotainment screen here, here's something interesting. You've got your camera view. You can check your surroundings and see what's going on. That's actually a very nice camera view right there. And then, of course, down here on the bottom, you can change the view depending on what you want to do with that. Again, this is one of those things that's actually pretty easy to use depending on what you want to do. You just kind of hunt and peck your way around. But I like the fact that you have a few other options here. Very simple to figure out. Of course, if you're looking over here on this, I don't know if that's just worn out or it's just not dark enough, but that is the button for your hazard lights right there. Everything is clearly marked here as to what it does, but I find it very interesting. You've got route right here, and you can go through everything you want to do right there. Very easy to use. At least it looks that way. Of course, map. You've got destination, and we can go to info. Basically everything you're probably used to with these vehicles. A lot of information. Now, here's something, again, that I find kind of interesting, like those heated seats as being part of the theater package. Where am I? Well, isn't that interesting? That tells you where you are in case you, well, I don't know. Whatever the case is, if you don't know where you are in your QX80, well, then you can find out that way. Very, very simple, though. I do like the fact that everything is very easy to use here. Okay, guys, as we hop out on the road here, just gonna step on it just a little bit. It doesn't just plant you back in the seat or anything like that, but you do get moving pretty good once you look down at the speedometer and realize, oh, I'm going faster than I thought I was. But I will tell you, and again, this is my very first experience with any Infiniti of any sort, and it's a large SUV. But what I've noticed with this particular model, and for those of you who have driven QX80s like this one, tell me something. This is a 2017 model, and the steering seems to be a little bit loose to me. The steering wheel has a lot of play in it. Is that common for these? That is definitely something that would make me very leery of throwing this thing into a turn at even a realistic speed. I'd probably go in under the speed limit just a little bit, because it just seems you can really feel the top heaviness in this model. And I'm just kind of cruising down the road here, although I will say that the ride quality is nice, but I'm not going to try and figure out how much body roll I'd get going into a turn. So that is just the first thing that I noticed, but the ride quality itself is good. So we're gonna hop out on the road here and just drive a little bit. You know, people who obviously want to buy this, especially a used model, are just going to use it for probably being a soccer mom, commuting back and forth to work, whatever the case may be. I think this would make a great over-the-road vehicle. It is comfortable. The interior itself is nice and comfortable. I like the feel of the steering wheel. Everything is easy to get to, and you know, just driving around, I am noticing that you really have a pretty smooth ride in this particular model. And as you ease into the gas pedal, it definitely gives you the response that I believe you would expect out of something like this particular vehicle. It accelerates down the road nicely, and of course there are a lot of driver assistance features and multiple things that are nice aids for the driver. But I will say this, I like the fact that the windshield is nice and large. It doesn't have a steep slope to it, so it's not raked back a lot. That always helps to improve visibility for the driver, and honestly, all the way around, the visibility is good. I like the size of the power side folding mirrors, the side view mirrors, and they're easy to see out of. They're big. I would like to see them maybe be a little bit wider. Their height is good, but I guess you could adjust that and get that perfect. Again, this is just kind of a vehicle I'm just doing a quick little test drive with today. But overall, I must say, if I was looking for a used vehicle, that this fit into. For the most part, I think I like everything here. So ultimately, well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this model. Not going to do too long of a video on that, just kind of a quick little tour of this used model. If you are looking for something like this, you definitely would want to do a good long test drive if you could, the longest possible, maybe even take it home overnight and just see how it handles on the roads that you're familiar with and make your decision based on that. I know a lot of people, like I said, have asked for more videos on used cars here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel. And so hopefully this helps you out if it's something you're looking for, or maybe just wanting to watch the videos to kill some time and be entertained. Tell me what you want to see, guys. Tell me what features you want me to cover. If you want me to do quick tutorials on any model that I can get my hands on, I'm not always able to do that, but I'll do my best. Just tell me what you'd like to see. I appreciate my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport for loaning me this Infiniti for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. I appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day, guys.